What's up, guys? It's the next Mike Ike, and I'm coming back at you with another Warhammer 40k Tacticus video. In today's video, I'm going to show you where you want to spend your money if you're going to spend a little bit of money in this game. Now, I'm not talking to the whales here. If you're going to whale, you're just going to buy most of pretty much everything anyway, so you can go ahead and skip this video. If you're going to be real strict free to play, this video is not going to help you either. But if you're looking to spend just a little bit of money, you're kind of a casual player and you want to spend, maybe $10 to $15 a month, or maybe even a little bit more, a little bit less, I'm going to show you where I think you should be spending that money to get the best bang for your buck. Now, if you look, we are on my free-to-play account. So on this account, this is my alt. I'm actually not going to spend any money, which is nice because now I have the offers available to show you. But, on my main account, I have spent a little bit of money, probably somewhere around the $40 to $50 range, just because I'm enjoying the game. And, if you enjoy these type of games, you probably should spend a little bit of money. I'm not going to tell everybody to spend. Like, if money's really tight for you, don't spend money on the game, obviously. If it's between spending $5 in here and not eating for a couple days, then don't spend the money, obviously, on the game. But if you do have a little bit of spare money, a little bit of money available, and you are really enjoying this game, I do suggest that you spend a little bit of money just so you're supporting the game. Like, I get it, most of these games are going to be supported by the whales anyway, but whatever. If I'm enjoying a game, I like to put money into the game a little bit. So if that's like you too, then awesome, and I'm going to show you where to spend the money. Now, with that being said, I do want to make a little note, guys, that this video is coming out like a week and a half after the game has released. So if you're watching this 6 months, a year down the road, the available packs might be different. So this video might be a little bit outdated. But if you are watching it right now, and you just started up like pretty much everybody in the game, I'm going to show you what's available now and where I think you should spend that money. So let's go over to the shops. And the first thing I'm going to show you is the welcome offer. Usually in these type of games, welcome offers are usually pretty good value and are worth spending money on, and it's no different here. In fact, I think the value on this particular pack is really good. And that is unlocking Commissar Yarrick. Now, you unlock him and then 2 pieces of equipment for him. It says 8 times value. I don't know where they get that from, but it costs $5, and I think this is the best $5 you can spend in the game. And the reason is because he is actually a really good character, at least early on. I don't know if he falls off late game. Nobody's in late game yet, but early on, he's a really good character. Number one, he is an Imperial unit, so you can play with him in the main campaign. But he's actually really good. And the reason I say he's really good is because his ability is one of these summons abilities. If you played the game at all, you'll know that some characters have summons abilities, like the free-to-play, I think it's the Aggressor Sergeant or whatever. He summons guys based off of how many rounds it is. So if it's like round 1, he'll summon 1 guy. If it's round 5, he'll summon 5 guys, as long as there's space around his target. Well, this guy straight up summons 4 guys. Yarrick summons 4 guys right from the beginning. And it's really nice. And while they're not super powerhouses, they do power up as you power up, level up the skill. And anytime you can get bodies on the field, pretty much in any mode, is really nice, just because it's more bodies for your enemies to chew through. It's more free damage on your turn. They just move, shoot, whatever. It's always worth it, and this is a pretty good skill. If you're early game, you will probably see him a lot in PvP. He also has a nice ability where he will survive. Oh, it's right here. Resilient, right? Unless he gets overkilled, he will survive with 1 health. So sometimes that can be a little annoying. You're like, oh, I really need to kill him. You put an attack into him, and he doesn't die because he's resilient, and now you don't have any attacks to deal with him. But besides this ability, he does also do decent damage. Like, he's not great, but he's not terrible either. I don't know if it'll show. I think you have to have him unlocked to really see what he does. But yeah, for $5, definitely worth it. If you're going to spend any money at all in this game, spend the $5 to get him. Even if you want to be free to play, if you want to cheat for just the very beginning of the game, I know that won't really make you free to play, but I'd say spending $5 on him is worth it. I'm not going to do it on this account because I am going to be strictly free to play on this account, but again, on my main, I definitely spent the money. Alright, I'm going to skip over a couple of these and we'll come back to them. And that's just because I'm looking for the value. Now, I don't know if it showed it here. Here it is. This is one of these, all these games kind of have it where you get the blackstones every day, blah, blah, blah. That's the paid account, or paid currency is this. This is pretty limited. Like you see, like I'm free to play, and this account I just started. And yeah, I have 972 of these, but you get 200 right from the beginning, and then early on it kind of seems like you get a decent amount of this, but it does slow down like most of these games. So for $3, getting this is going to be 2,000 in total. That's not terrible, right? Especially when you look at the value of it compared to these packs. Now, these first purchase packs are doubled, but after that, just kind of ignore it. So here you go, like $2 is only 200 of that, right? $5, so I mean, gosh, okay, spend it twice and you're still only looking at 400, or spend 500 or $5 and you're only looking at 550. You're getting 2,000 of this total. Now you are, it is 30 days, so you're only getting 200 up front and then 60 every day. So it's one of those deals, but I think this is a great spot to spend a couple dollars. If you're only going to spend a couple dollars, I think it's pretty worth spending the money here. Now, one of the things I do want to talk about is summons. Summons in this game is really, really tight. You're not going to get to summon all that much. In the beginning, you're probably going to summon like 2 or 3 times. You get a free 10 pull, and then you're going to get early on you're going to get another 10 pull. And then I think as you play through the game, you'll get another 10 pull pretty early on. But after that, it starts to get pretty slow. And as you can see, it costs 3,000 to do a 10 pull. So it is expensive. And there is nowhere in this game where you can't just say, oh, I've got 3 of these and I want to spend this to make up, like a lot of other games. So if you're wanting to save up the scrolls, you definitely want to save up to 10. Because you want that guaranteed character that you get with 10. So the only place to buy these is going to be from the shop here. Okay, and it's random, so like right now I don't have one up. You can watch ads to refresh, but when you do, they're all the same value. And what I mean by that is this game values 1 pull at 300 of these. And the kind of annoying part is, when you do get a scroll here, it's not always going to be a single. In fact, most of the time I see 3. So 3 of them will cost you 900. Occasionally you'll see 5, and that'll be 1,500. But you're going to need these currency to buy these pools. Okay? So, just do realize, like, anytime you can get good value on getting this currency, you want to do it. And that's why I said that, that pack here, it's essentially $3 for, not quite a 10 pull, but, a decent amount of pulls. What's that, 5, 6 pulls with some left over, a little bit left over, 100 short of 7 pulls for $3 throughout the course of it if you're not spending it. One of the things you are probably going to end up doing is spending some of this currency every day on energy too. So if you're doing that, like the 60 blackstone is enough to pay for 1 refresh of 90 energy, which isn't great value, but that's where your stones are going to go. Alright, so with that being said, let's continue on. Now, whenever you unlock a character, you're going to get a chance to spend some money to get, basically boost them. Hey, if you're on a whale and you want to do it, go ahead. I usually don't think these are worth it, unless it's something like you really, really want to power up, but like, as you can see, all this is enough to power them up once, and then enough things to get them to level 8. Like, it's not that great. The best thing in this is actually these badges, but again, they're commons. And this is $20 because he's an epic. This is $20 because he's a rare. This is $20 because he's a rare. It's actually kind of surprising he isn't more because he's a rare. And then the commons are only $10, but again, I wouldn't spend the money there. even on him, I probably wouldn't spend the money, but this one, more than the other ones, might be worth it. just because it's more, you know, it goes further with him. So if you're going to spend $10 on an upgrade, maybe this pack. But other than that, I'd skip out on those characters. Unless you really, really like a character and you really, really want to build him right now, then go for it. Alright, this one's going to be kind of controversial. This is 20 bucks. This is pretty expensive. But like I said, the pools are so limited in this game that I actually think $20 for a 10 pool might be worth it. Now, you might say that, and like we'll go down to the gems and see how like that transfers over, because it's 3,000. So if you look right here, you get 2,600 gems for 20. That's not enough for a 10 pool, and that's if you're getting enough to get the shards. Well, if you have 3,000, I guess you can just straight up spend it anyway. So, but yeah, now early on you'll get, you know, the double bonus. So maybe with the double bonus, the 26 gems is worth this $20 more. It's better to spend your 20 bucks there. But if you're not spending your 20 bucks there, or you're later on, I think maybe this starter box is where you want to go with it. Because not only do you get, it's not just the 10 pulls, you're going to get some stuff to help you upgrade. You're also going to get 100 energy. Ooh, 100 energy is not that big of a deal. The raid isn't that big of a deal. But, you know, early on this might be worth spending 20 bucks on. Alright, so where else do I think is worth spending money? Well, these campaign packs are really, really, really expensive. Okay, 30 bucks to unlock the campaign is rough. Yes, you're unlocking 3 characters. It still just does not seem worth it to spend the $30. However, if you'll notice, when you summon some of the characters, so on this one I actually have this guy, the price goes down. Okay, and if you get down to the point where you're only like 1 character away, depending on what character that is, you know, this might only be like, right now it's 16 bucks for these 2 characters. Getting this campaign unlocked early is actually pretty nice. So maybe you want to spend the money there. Now, funny enough, on my main, it was the opposite. I had unlocked both of these, and this pack was still $15. But that's because he's an epic. So I imagine if I were to unlock this guy, okay, I'd imagine this would go even cheaper than the $15. But for $16 right there, if I wasn't free to play, I actually might think about spending that, and I would do that before I spent the 20 on this, just because getting access to that campaign is actually really nice, because some of the upgrade materials you need for characters are actually kind of locked behind this campaign. So, you know, again, if you're going to spend a little bit of money, this isn't bad. And then other than that, you know, other than there's occasional packs here, but these kind of rarely seem like they're worth it. And these kind of rotate, so depending on what it is. But these don't usually seem like they're that great of value. Spending the money here, especially when you have the 2 times the double amount purchases, is worth it. Because it's pretty good value. Like, you're getting 2,500 gems here for 10 bucks. Sorry if you can hear my kids in the background. I'm watching them. Apologize for that. But anyway, for 10 bucks, getting 2,500 of these, as you can see, is, you know, basically it's double value. It's pretty nice. And the nice thing about this is when you buy it, it's not a one-time thing, meaning like you buy this and they all go away. It is a one-time thing for each of these, but it's not you buy one and then the rest just go down to double value. It's a double value for each one of these packs the first time you buy it. So on my main, I actually did buy all 3 of these packs. Okay, so that's what, $17. Okay, and you're gonna end up with 25, 35, you know, almost, well, yeah, you're gonna end up with like 4,000 gems, which is really nice value for only 17 bucks. Okay, especially when you compare that to here. So, you know, these are pretty good value too. And I mean, if you're gonna, even if you're not gonna whale, like if you just like, I just want to drop $100 in the game, well, I'd say drop 105. Make sure you pick up Yarrick. But then, you know, this is really good value when it's doubled. After that, it's not good value, but when it's doubled, it is good value, because again, these gems are hard to come by, and the pulls are hard to come by, so if you're going to want to summon on this game, it might be worth it. So I've kind of went through everything, guys, and real quick, I'm just going to give a quick overview. I'm just going to go top to bottom, what I think the best value in the game is. First thing I would spend money on, 100%, spend the $5 on him. Next, 100%, you know, spend the $3 to unlock this. Now, I don't know if this is going to be like every month, like once you've done it, if it's available. If it is available every month, and you're going to spend money on the game, spend $3 every month on this. Okay, right now this game doesn't have really like a game pass like a lot of these games are. I do expect one of those to eventually come out, and usually those are actually pretty good value too. If they do come out, we'll revisit that and make a video about that. Okay, so 1 Yarrick, 2 here, 3, and this is a big if, depending on if you have the characters or not. But if you have summoned at least one character or so on this, and you get this down to like $15, I would go with this, okay, as my third purchase. Just because unlocking that campaign is really, really useful. Even though these are free-to-play grindable characters, they are going to take a week or two to grind all of these out to get to that campaign, and by that time you are probably already going to want this campaign unlocked. So again, I wouldn't spend $30 on this, but if you've unlocked a character or two and this comes down to around $15, I would probably make this my third purchase. Next, I'd actually skip out on this until I've bought at least the $17 worth here, okay? And then if I was going to spend 20, I would go with this over that right now because it's worth more. And then finally, if you're going to spend another 20 after spending all that money on that, then I would buy this. Now, as you can see, this is like a 2-hour tick down, so unless you're going to pour that money in right away, this is going to be gone. You know, I know I said I think it's decent value, but early on, and this is an early on thing, I do think there is better value. But let's add that up real quick. So let's say you spend $5 here, you spend $15 here, so you're $20 in. Okay, you're $20 in, and then you're $17 in down here, so you're $37 in. You've got $3 here, so you're $40 in. You spent your 60th buck, another 20 on this. So if you're $60 into the game, I think that's kind of what you should have purchased. Okay. Then if you're going to spend, you know, your 80th dollar, then, you know, go up to $80. Maybe you go there. Of course, if you're already getting to 80 and you're going to do 100, you know, if you're already getting up to 80, I might just do, like I said, 105. Buy this, buy Yarrick. Okay, but anyway, guys, that's where I think you should be spending your money right now on this game. If you're going to spend any money on the game, this is where I suggest spending it, and that's the order that I would spend it in. I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, please go ahead and give me a like, give me a thumbs up, you know, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, and all of that stuff I really appreciate. Real quick, like I've done in my last few videos, I do run a guild in here. If you are a subscriber to my channel and you would like to get into this guild, send me a message on YouTube and I will make room for you. I would like this guild to be filled up with, well, I say 20, there's me and my alt, so 18 other spots. I'd like those 18 other spots to be filled with guys that are subscribed to my channel and enjoy my content. Now, if we get to the point where I get enough subscribers and enough people want to join my guild, I will take my alt and start a separate guild, and we'll have more slots available. Or I'll get, you know, somebody I trust to run a second guild, whatever, however we do it. But right now, you know, there's, you know, this is day one for me with this content, so I don't have anybody in this guild that's a subscriber at the moment. So if you are a subscriber, you play this game, you want to get in, let me know, and I will get you in. With that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys on the next video.